Hello everyone, Manithral here, and welcome to the weekly update video for OSRS. So this week, there's actually quite a bit of issues and hotfixes compared to normal for OSRS. But at 11:35 BST, the issue was that the player's collection log total doesn't display correctly. It says Runelite is currently not displaying your total as intended. They would recommend uninstalling it for the meantime and wait until it has been fixed. So there is that. At 12 BST, players searching for the any boss items after Temporos with the collection log won't see results. This will be resolved the following week. Players cannot buy stash blueprints from Watson if they have included claim. This has been fixed. At 12:30, purchasing an untradeable item from any store closes the store interface. That has been fixed. Changing the mole pet to pink is causing issues with. I was just shocked at the pink, then I remembered. Issues with players' giant mole pet insurance. Probita's insurance bureau will now recognize a new pink mole, so that has been fixed for the most part, but there is still some issues with it that'll be fixed within next week's update. At 14:45, players aren't seeing the side panel UI. They mentioned in the collection log poll, and it says this will be implemented with the release of combat achievements. And then a big doozy of one at 1500, after the update, players were supposed to retroactively unlock Marks of Grace in their collection log, equivalent to their obtained amount, plus the value of purchased pieces of Graceful. But if players have had any Graceful pieces equipped when logging in, they were not included in the retroactive unlock towards the Marks of Grace. So one hotfix was deployed to start counting worn Graceful pieces, and a second hotfix was deployed to fix the same issue. But this time, for the Brimhaven Graceful variant, as it wasn't included in the first hotfix. So this hotfix will only work for players that haven't logged in between the update and the hotfixes. And there will be a third hotfix coming next week. So do watch out for that. And at 1700, the Shades Morton section of the collection log doesn't turn green to show it has been completed. The issue is being under investigation. Is being investigated. So, as you can tell, today is about the collection log and the collection log improvements. So, obviously, some bugs came to it. So it has a search function now, which is actually very nice, but also it gains some new features. A new counter shows the total of number of unique items obtained. Check the top of the log to feel smug, if you really want to brag. Added a tuggable chat pop-up notification with the new item has been added to the collection log. The color of each section of the log changes based on completed status. Nifty. So you got probably red for nothing, and then orange for it started, and then green for it being completed. Different boss modes now have separate kill counts on their respective interfaces. Dagonath Kings, the Corrupted Gauntlet, CM, COX. Gnome Restaurant has a delivery count at the top of its section that will start 0 for everyone when the update goes live. There is some additional items that have been added to the log as follows. The Volcanic Mine reward has been added in the Volcanic Mine section. Third Age and Gilded items can now be found in the Rares tabs for each clue scroll. A Brimhaven Agility section has been added to the Minigames tab. Pirate Hook has been moved from the Underwater Agility to the Brimhaven Agility section. Merfolk Trident has been added to the Miscellaneous section. Mark of Grace has been moved to the Rooftop Agility section. These will be proactively unlocked if you had any before the update and will account for the amount of marks spent with each graceful set that you have purchased. So that will get ironed out. And third age pieces now have their own separate tab. So, collection log aside, the last few changes from Pool 74 are as follows. Theater of Blood has gained an additional reward chest just opposite the bank boost that will allow you to obtain any loot that you forgot to claim, defeating Lady Verzik, Returner herself. So you will need to complete the full raid, and any unique drops that would normally be announced to the rest of the raiding party will still be broadcast. Even if you were offline before seeing the chest yourself, players will not be able to re-enter the theater if they have unclaimed rewards from the chest. So it's kind of there to protect you. But there is a discard option, so don't worry. There's a warning for that too, so you won't accidentally discard because there's a pop-up warning. Use a mole claw on the giant mole pet and it will lose its fur and become pink. Apply a mole skin to grow the fur back. And the Abyssal Sire will no longer deal damage with miasma after it has died. For 500 coins, Watson has a new blueprint that allows you to build a stash tractor in your player-owned house, with your study on the wall chart space. To get building, you'll need blueprints. You'll need the blueprints, a boulder cloth, and 40 construction. So, there is a post back from the swamp. Submit your questions. So, with the upcoming release of the Kingdom Divided, they'd like to take an opportunity to answer any burning questions we have about Corinth and Kobos lore. So, you may address your questions to any NPC in the Corinth and Kobos regions and post them in their official Reddit or the official forums, one or two options. If you're stuck for inspiration, there's a little thing there. If you want to pause it, go ahead and pause it and read. So, go ahead. But just ask away, get in character, whatever you want to do. So in other news, while they continue to investigate the reports of the scrying pools and Portal Nexus not working as intended, Scry mode will now reveal how many players are in a specific location. This is a temporary solution, and they expect to release permanent fix in the future that remains to get it back to its full function. The PvP World Rota has moved to Period A. The high-risk PvP world is 343 Germany. The standard PvP world is 324 US West. The free-to-play PvP world is 417 US East. The LMS world is 333 UK. 3333 UK. The free-to-play LMS is 469 US East. And smaller changes, basically patch notes. They have reduced the timer in the Temporos lobby from 60 seconds to 30 seconds. The Bracelet of Clay now works correctly with the Mining Cape and Celestial Ring effects. A site has been added to the Relica Mine, allowing multiple people to enter and exit at the same time, following completion of the Frenetic Trials. The Shades of Mortime coffins have just been adjusted to prevent graphical issues with the shields, and some jagged terrain in the Caridian Desert west of the Siante Pass has been smoothed out. The Strung Rabbitfoot necklace now slightly increases your chance of nest containing an egg or a ring when emptying a birdhouse. Some grammar has been corrected in Herblore level up messages, and please correct mine. The Tome of Water can now appear in the skill guide and level up messages. The imbued Rings of Wealth are no longer prioritized so highly for protection when dead, since they downgrade even when protected. The option text for the brightness control in the settings side panel now refers to brightness rather than music volume. And finally, the boss and Slayer kill logs no longer output code debugging messages when opened. So that's actually it for today, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, later, guys.